2021 Australian of the Year is Grace Tame.
All survivors of child sexual abuse, this is for us.
The global death toll from COVID has now eclipsed the 2 million mark.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Towards the Capitol!
And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
Everybody stay down! Get down!
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
the
office of President of the United States.
office of President of the United States.
Former President Donald Trump tonight declared not guilty of the impeachment charge he incited insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th.
Osaka is champion in Australia for the second time.
Nirvana for Novak is 9 Australian Open titles.
New South Wales is in the grip of a record-breaking and life-threatening weather emergency. Numerous towns along the mid-north coast are underwater.
I woke up mid-rape, essentially.
An explosive allegation that throws the spotlight once again on the culture inside Parliament House.
Today, the nation's first law officer, Christian Porter, fronting up, confirming he's the cabinet minister at the centre of a historical rape allegation.
Thousands marching across the country, demanding action to end violence against women and the sexism and misogyny that enables it.
There's a conversation with you,
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
If you love football, sit down! If you love football, sit down! If you love football, sit down! If you love football, sit down!
We have just received a statement from Buckingham Palace confirming that the Duke of Edinburgh has died.
Inside, the Queen waited, head bowed, alone.
India is being ravaged by a second wave of COVID-19, which is accelerating faster than anywhere else in the world.
In the capital, Delhi, COVID is now killing one person every 4 minutes.
Israel carried out hundreds of airstrikes into Gaza on Wednesday as Hamas and other Palestinian militants fired multiple rockets over the border at Tel Aviv and Beersheba.
Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison for the murder of George Floyd.
All of Greater Sydney, the Blue Mountains, the Central Coast and Wollongong will go into a lockdown.
You could go and buy a Louis Vuitton bag in Bondi, and now if you're buying groceries in Fairfield, you'll get a different type of reaction.
A dream comes true. Australia's Ash Bhati is Wimbledon champion.
I hope I made Yvonne proud.
And now Italy win. They're European champions for only the second time.
It's going crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I say put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions, to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are.
The Taliban is in control of Afghanistan. The country's president has fled, and Western countries are scrambling to get people out.
More than 13 million Australians, over half the country's population, is in lockdown this morning.
What we're doing is fixing the problems and getting on with it.
From tomorrow, all 16 to 39-year-olds across Victoria will be eligible for Pfizer.
There's been a rush of younger
Australians going out to get the jab.
A 5.9 magnitude earthquake has shaken southeastern Australia, causing damage in Melbourne and other parts of Victoria. There have been violent protests outside CFMEU headquarters in the city today over mandatory vaccination.
Victoria is edging towards 80% first dose to trigger more freedoms.
The FBI says the human remains found in Wyoming Sunday are missing 22-year-old Gabby Petito. The coroner saying that her manner of death was a homicide.
The Independent Commission Against Corruption will today release a public statement in which it will state it is investigating allegations made about me concerning matters relating to the former member for Wagga Wagga. It pains me to announce that I have no option but to resign from the office of Premier.
A New Year's Eve feel as the clock hit midnight. The most locked down city finally coming to life.
A crew member has been killed and a second injured after Alec Baldwin misfired a gun on the set of his latest film.
She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
Australia's entertainment industry is today paying tribute to television pioneer Burt Newton, who has died aged 83 in his hometown of Melbourne.
My father, we pray for Poppy up in heaven.
Little Cleo Smith's parents are making an emotional plea to find their daughter.
How I'm feeling is how I'd never want any mother to feel.
We're going to offer a $1 million reward to anyone who provides information.
There's been no sign of the 4-year-old 12 days since she was snatched from a remote campsite.
My name is Cleo.
Cleo, my name's Cameron. How are you? Are you okay? We're going to take you to see your mummy and daddy, okay?
It's my privilege to announce that in the early hours of this morning, the Western Australian Police Force rescued Cleo Smith.
After 13 years, Britney Spears is officially free from her conservatorship.
After almost 600 days, Australia's hard border has finally fallen.
The nation officially passing the 80% double-dosed vaccination target for the population aged over 60.
Our plan for net zero by 2050 is the plan that I believe Australians want.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now! No more blah, blah, blah! No more blah, blah, blah!
If working apart, we are force powerful enough to destabilize our planet, surely working together, we are powerful enough to save it.
Do you trust Scott Morrison again? Do you think he lied to you?
I don't think. I know.
We're now facing an emergency in our battle with the new variant, Omicron.
The emergence of the Omicron variant should be a wake-up call to the world that vaccine inequality cannot be allowed to continue.
I would recommend that instead of Christmas shopping, everyone shops for a COVID booster online.
I haven't seen her for like 2 years. I'm really happy that she's finally back.
To the next generation of dreamers, if we can do this, just imagine what you can do.